I've tried to communicate it. I've gone out a lot to say, don't fuck this up. Buy and hold, don't use leverage, use cold storage, do the right thing, don't get too speculative, don't FOMO, just don't fuck this up. This is the biggest opportunity we've ever been given. I've said that all the way from 2020 onwards. And in fact, I said it all the way back in 2012. It's the biggest macro trade of all time. Don't fuck this up. And if you're not a crypto person, technology is one of the biggest opportunities we've ever been given, the exponential age. Again, don't fuck this up. Just be careful. Just buy, hold, have a long-term time horizon, and learn how to take pain. And when there is pain, you buy more. Unless something changes the thesis that suddenly we're all going to turn to Neanderthals and nobody's going to use technology ever again, it is going up. It's as simple as that. And unless something changes that we're not breaking the financial system and that the internet has disappeared, we will go to blockchain technology. It's as simple as that. That's all you need to know. Everything else is just fucking noise. Jorge Lazarte. Hi, Raoul. Wondering on your short time horizon. I think I've explained to you that is the thing I do not do is short term. And the wording was strange, like something he's not been telling the board. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe they've built internal AGI and he's not told the board or something. I don't know, but there's a hell of a story brewing there. I mean, he's gone from the golden boy, the fastest scaling business in all human history, to out by not telling the board something. I mean, Christ, it must be a big deal to get rid of the fastest growing CEO in history. Story. Brian Tagat. Raoul, I have pro access because I want to have access to you since you're the best. But I don't care for crypto and don't want to pay for it. Can you split pro access into different parts? What's pro macro? But I write crypto. My job is not to please you. My job is to make us money. And if I think crypto is a better opportunity than trading bloody commodities, I will see it as it is. I've been in this business 32 years. My job is to try and find the optimal trades. Now, my track record at GMI has been that. I've got 19 years of track record, longer than anybody else in the business. And it's also been the best track record of probably all time in any newsletter. And there's been some shitty years in there as well. And the same with pro macro. And I can't choose my trades based on you, but you can choose your trades based on what I say and say, I don't like crypto, but maybe I can translate that to gold because I understand his debasement argument. Any other sector versus technology over the last 20 years, 30 years, everything underperforms. And if you run any other chart in technology against crypto, it all underperforms crypto. I've become, that bell curve I keep talking about. I've become the moron on the left, or maybe the wizard on the right, the Jedi. But I've just got rid of all that noise in the middle. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to capture the biggest macro trend of all time. And the best way of doing it is buy the stuff that goes up the most and hold on to it for dear life and add into any sell-off. That is the single, simplest investing strategy I can possibly give you. And it will make you more money than any other. And you might say, I don't want to live with the volatility, then use the business cycle. When the business cycle peaks, you get out. I've proven to myself that was suboptimal. I didn't make as much money doing that as I had by buying and holding and adding into the dips. Eric, the scientist. Eric, it's good to have somebody here who knows what they're talking about. Hi, Raoul. I presume you are a scientist. Hi, Raoul. I hear people looking at recent bottom pattern in RSM saying they think the recent upturn was a false breakout, maybe due to a disinflationary trend to boost it, and they think we'll have another leg lower, double dip manufacturing recession. From our forward-looking indicators, that is not the case. And I have gone through ISM cycles since 1990. I mean, lived them, been in markets for them, and everything. Coinbase or Tesla? I don't fucking know. This is a hard question. Probably Coinbase. I do think Tesla goes up a lot. I think Coinbase probably goes up more. And they're both really high quality companies. Joshua, ISM and the NASDAQ. Over the last 6 months, the ISM has remained in low growth territory and the NASDAQ's been pricing 55, 60 ISM. ISM not likely to recover, tech traders are short. What makes you think the ISM doesn't recover if all the forward-looking indicators suggest that's where it's going? You're living in two different time horizons. That's the problem. The ISM now is the bottom, the forward-looking indicators. You can do new orders minus inventories. It's the simplest one, and that's screaming higher. Within 3-4 months, ISM will be above 50, and everyone's going to go, oh my God. And then they'll start saying, oh my God, inflation's coming back, and it won't. It'll keep falling, catch everybody by surprise. It just happens every bloody time. Francois Beziwedo, can't pronounce it, sorry. Hi, Raoul, when do we get a peek into the exponentialist portfolio? I'm not sure, I think it's next week, I'm not sure. Julian Bittle's putting it together for me. 10x into 2017, 4 years later, I'm up 10x. And I got a bit nervous in the space because of forking wars and other stuff. And I stupidly forgot the initial premise of the trade, which was this 10-year bet, you just run it. Because when the P&L stacks up, you start thinking, well, really, do I want to give this back? But you've got to learn how to do that if you're running long duration time horizons. So I sold out at 2,000, 2,500, and it went up to 20,000 in that run. And people were laughing at me. And I was like, look, I've made 10x. Thank you very much. I've done this really, really well. And then I watched it and watched it and watched it. And then eventually got the entry point to get back in again, which was April 2020. And it fell back down. I think I got in 6,500 and bought it, from 6,500 to about 12,000 and kept buying it. And it rocketed higher and much bigger position than when I first started last year. I don't know why you haven't got it. You need to write to us on the platform. Figure out the hard thing is bloody shipping rum around the world. Everyone's got import duties. You can't do it, stuff like that. I'm not the next tier down crypto guy. I'm the macro guy. Chainlink looks great to me. The graph looks amazing. Everything looks amazing. That's why I'm a shit investor in smaller tokens and VC, because everything looks amazing. So sorry, I can't add value. The only value I can give is alt season is upon us. This is just the start. After that, all sorts of stuff goes up. Okay, final refill, because we haven't got long to go. And my wife's going to kill me. Well, actually, she's out tonight, so it's not that bad. J&J, Ray Dalio owns some crypto, apparently. Don't get me started on Ray Dalio. But I also know about the crypto stuff. Are uranium stocks tech stocks? Great question. It's all the same thesis, copper, uranium. It's all the same thing. It's like, we need cheaper sources of energy fast. So I have no problem with that bet at all. Although it's very, very retail. I worry that the whole Sprott retail thing, that somebody's going to get rinsed in this. But overall, the thesis, I think, is right. I know everyone keeps asking us, can you just hold off? Can you do it for a bit? It's like $100. I don't know why, or $200, whatever the numbers are. They're not expensive, but for some reason, people want us to wait. So we wait. And that's the community feedback. Metap Ozcan. Hey, Raoul, greatly appreciate doing the session. In your conversation with Geordie Visser, love Geordie, he has talked about the end of the business cycle. So then in your conversation with Dan Tapiero, you talked about if there's a change in the volatility, of the price of Bitcoin or ETH. Don't really get your question, but I'm fascinated by Geordie's thesis about the end of the business cycle. I hold some sympathy for it. Doesn't mean you don't have a cycle, but it means the cycles are even less catastrophic or recessionary or whatever it is. I don't know. We have to wait and see. But that really struck me, that whole Geordie conversation. Okay, I'm flipping down because there's so many comments. Stefan Cano, I know that you prefer crypto. Do you think gold should break 2,000? Yes, I very much do. If I hadn't discovered technology in crypto, I would be saying gold is one of the best bets around right now. Best risk reward bets for the next 12 months. Looks